Okay, let's pick up where I left off, which is building a train tunnel under the ocean. Because why not? Of course, it has to be a glass tunnel because glass tunnels are cool. Let's make myself a new pickaxe before I go, though, because I will probably need it. Okay, let's enchant my pickaxe. Sure, let's grab Silk Touch. Oh, that's why I want those. Probably also. I want to grab. Nope, I want to grab bricks. I want to grab some glass. Let's do this way. Alright. Hey Jess, how's it going? Hope dinner goes well. Well, bring some more rail. Hope I can get that coming along a bit further. Hey, Ivy Sunflowers. Hope you're having a good day. Very fair. Alrighty. This tunnel definitely has a lot of work left to do on it, but I've been putting a bunch of time into it and slowly starting to understand the train system in this game. I'm definitely not laying things out in the most optimal way, which is pretty well my usual. Yep, we have finally met. I do exist. I am not just a figment of the imagination. At some point, hopefully, I'll actually get back to streaming a decent amount. For now, it's very limited. A little bit here, a little bit there. Definitely have to take some time to put a glass dome over this, because I hate the risk of getting knocked off of my path. And that's as far as it goes. Alright. But let's start laying out some more trail. Or some more, yeah, rail. That's the word. Okay, let's, this is going to naturally cause problems. Actually, no, never mind. This is fine. Everything's fine. Alright, then we put a switch on the bottom side here. Alright, and we have the rail goes a little bit farther. Excuse you. That is highly rude. And that is it. I'm out of arrows. Alright. Back to work. No, no, that's not the one I want to be at. I want to be under here. Okay. There's some point where I'm going to actually widen this out. The whole tunnel I plan on having much wider than this, but for now, this works. Really don't need to have that down there. I do like the little chime noises it makes when I get experience when digging. Nope, that one shouldn't go all the way to the top. There. So eventually the tunnel would be as wide as that. And I do have a destination in mind, but it's going to take me a while to get that sorted out, so I'm just not even worrying about it. Just working on making the tunnel. We'll go with that. Hey Billy, how's it going? Oop, nope, that's not supposed to go there. Here, I need to add more rail. Oh, of course I find some coal to mine. Oh, might as well fill up this cavern. because otherwise these blocks are just going to end up getting tossed away in the long run. Because I have more blocks than I need. I do always find that there's certain games that things are very precious when you first start playing the game, and then later you're like, oh, this is absolute garbage now. Not quite where I meant to put that, but that's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Okay. Need to cut down farther onto this. So I can lay more brick down before I put the rail over top. Not where I want to go. There. For the most part, I definitely do understand the love people have for Minecraft, but some people treat it like it is the ultimate building game, and it the building tools of it are not necessarily that great. Fun game, but it's it's got its upsides and downsides. All right. Of course, it doesn't help me that I'm not playing vanilla Minecraft. I am playing on someone's modded server, so there's a lot more going on than just Minecraft. That adds adds a bit to the mess. It is definitely fun though. Yeah, then I will leave the rest here. Okay, so I think it's time to drink the water breathing potion and see what I want to do. Let's just there. Because that tunnel needs to get put down this way. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is bury the whole thing. I like the idea of burying the whole thing anyway. We go a bit deeper. The building underwater is a bit of a pain. It was definitely, I think, the big upside of Minecraft is that for most people it can be kind of whatever they want it to be. It is very, very versatile. The fact that it's not something that's been like I'm not saying the game is too simple, but like they never overcomplicated it. For the most part, they kind of figured what they were building, and like, well, I mean, it definitely has changed a bit since it's Notch is no longer the developer. The last time I played Minecraft, it was actually under Notch and was not owned by Minecraft or owned by Microsoft yet. Um, which I remember thinking, why is Microsoft paying this much for a game that basically everyone who wants to play this already has this? Like it was a game that you could basically get for free at the time. I'm like, why are you paying so much for something like this? And in hindsight, it makes complete sense. Minecraft was absolutely worth buying, but at the time I thought it was kind of a weird thing. I think this has to go one further down to do what I wanted to do. I think the biggest thing I have against Minecraft is the fact that you do it all from first person, and it's really hard to plan and build things from first person. They don't really give you any tools to essentially make it easier. I enjoy games that give you the ability to put down a blueprint and then basically follow the blueprint. But that is very much that's something that suits me, not not something that everyone appreciates. I think the biggest problem I hate with mining underwater is the fact that the basically me dropping down doesn't seem to have a lot of rhyme or reason. Okay, how's my water breathing doing? Minute and a half left. Okay, so obviously that can't be allowed to happen. All three J's in one place. Sounds dangerous to me. Alright, fine. Uh, let's use this. Fill that in. Nope, not where I want that one. Okay, so water breathing has run out. That is too low. So, hold on. Now to figure out where have I built this up one too high, or have I miscalculated where I want? No, that is okay. My original assessment of that was correct. That is where I want the ceiling, so to speak, to be. All right. Well, let's swim back up this way. I'm going to break this though. Ah, goodness. Okay, so I can't remember how many squares out I need for the slope. I could just wing it. Actually, yeah, screw it. Let's go with that. I'm gonna wing it. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, I don't know what the heck I do when I do that like turbo launch out into the water. I have no idea what that is. Okay, let's make use of the sand. Is that? Does that seem like enough or too much? I feel like that's probably a good amount. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. Okay. I feel like that's seems like a good place to be. One, you specializing in TMI is probably the reason why I'm really good at ignoring TMI. Let's just get some air. Big fan of continuing to breathe. Breathing is good. And I know water is hard, but water seems to be particularly odd of a thing in Minecraft. The water is an absolute pain to work with, but there's just something really cool about having an underwater base, so I think that's just one of those sacrifices you have to make. Okay, hold on. What 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 is going on? Why can I fly? Oh, yeah, okay, Kairos. I am very confused as to what is going on. That would explain the launch out I had earlier. Okay, there. Top of the tunnel is finally covered. Now I have to just manually go through here and basically push back the water, which, okay, so the water is staying out mostly. Ah, not what I meant to do. There, that. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this little corner here can just get some regular blocks tossed up. Then I'll toss up. No, that's higher than I need to be. Oh, okay. So that can all just be cobblestone because no one's ever going to see it. So the whole thing, this is not my server. I don't have the ability to cheat on this the server one. Um, but the way it's set up is in my own land claims, I'm allowed to fly. Like I'm at my castle actually. Let's go. Which can I still fly here? Okay. Where does this end? I mean, I'm not going to complain because this makes life a lot easier for me. Can I just fly everywhere? This makes zero sense. I'm not going to complain if I can. This is going to make traveling so much faster. But basically, when you're on your own land claim, the server lets you fly so that way you can build easier, which is really handy. But I did never claim that land because the only place I claimed was over here. Which is my castle here. Let's just take a quick moment. Swap over some stuff. No, and that's the whole thing where I think maybe it is the admin has things set in a way where cheats are essentially currently on. Um, at some point somebody's going to realize that, I'm sure. In the meantime, I'll take flying. Flying's nice. Because, okay, let's take you a quick tour of my castle. Because right here I've got my sort of like throne room. Still has a lot of decorations to go up. I have not really decorated the bedroom at all. I simply used it to sleep through the night. This was my original crafting area, but now I've got on the second floor. Here's a closet that I can't do anything in because the door takes up the entirety of the closet. There's a lot of decoration that still needs to go on, but the castle build itself is pretty far along. And then here's the giant courtyard for the castle, which I'll jump out into in a moment, but I've got this basically outside sort of like not a deck, I forget what it's called when a castle has a big walking area. And this area, which I have no idea what I'm going to do with, I just left it here because I had the space. But importantly, here is the stairs up my tower, which I forgot didn't finish them, so I have to fly up. But here is my castle tower. So I can look over my entirety of my courtyard here. I'm just gonna fall down to here. Oh, right. Can't take falling damage. So here I've got my stables. So this, I guess actually first off, right here's the front entrance to my courtyard. Trash compactor made me some banners, so I've been flying those. The wall is walkable the whole way around. And there are gatehouses. And in the gatehouses, you can actually open the trap door to look down into the gatehouses. And here's the livestock pens. Don't worry about animal overpopulation, it's fine. But yeah, so over here I've got my mine, the rest of my farms, um, my drawbridge. What is... Okay. Oh, right. I've been given gifts by a friend. Aha. So anyway, here's the courtyard. Got a bunch of trees, and here are my bees. Because of course you must have bees. It's very important to have bees. But let's hop up and fly. So yeah, that right there is the castle. Still a lot of decoration and work to be done. Why are the bees flying into the castle? Whatever. But right here is my castle. Pretty happy with it. And then my favorite little area of the castle is this little space out here. Just like a little secret sort of exterior garden area. So I hop back. And look, just very brightly colored plants. And like a tiny little pond and a bench to just like sit out and watch the world from. But yeah, so that's my castle. I'm used to being able to fly in my castle. That's the way it's always worked. Why I can fly not in my castle? Not sure. Oh yeah, there's also a secret sally port. So if I go down here, there's a doorway that leads out into this bay over here, which is sort of the front face of the castle. So there's the bridge into the castle, and then this little escape port down here. Although actually getting in can be a bit tricky. But anyway, okay. Back to here. Okay, let's place these blocks because I've got to break these blocks in order to be able to make use of these blocks. Silk touch is great, but not always the most helpful. Luckily, I have the ability to break things. Right, except for that's the silk. I have days where I'm not so smart. Thank you, rocket scientists. How are you doing? Okay, so let's make myself a non-silk touch pickaxe. Because it turns out it is important to have a non-silk touch pickaxe sometimes. Okay, let's toss that back in there. Toss the flint in here. Okay. And grab some more of these bricks and go back out and continue working on my tunnel. That's one thing where in this day and age finding some VHS is always interesting because you know it's got to be old. No one's recorded anything in VHS for a long time now. That always makes it interesting to me. I'm always sort of I'm I guess to say it this way. I'm always interested to see what people label as important today versus what people used to sit there and go, oh yeah, this is the stuff I want to record. Because it's changed. We don't value the same things we used to value. Because it used to be a case of you used to have to record a thing, like keep the thing, like store it somewhere, and then you could use it. Now it's a case of it's a case of like people kind of just rely on like Facebook or something, letting them know that something important happened in their life, however long ago. It's it's been an interesting shift in the world. So the mod that we're playing with on the server allows me to make copperhead arrows, and I really like it. But it has this weird glitch in it that makes it slightly weird. Okay, so put away the rest of the copper. So we can put more copper in the smelter, so we'll do that. Or yes, blast furnace, not. Actually, screw it. It's a smelter. I don't care what the game calls it. Okay, and we'll take another water breathing potion, and then back down to the rail network. Oh, I see how it is. The game is like, nope. You thought you were gonna be able to fly everywhere? No longer. So it must have been a glitch. So now I am unable to fly again. Don't mind me, just being distracted while I'm doing the long run. So it's definitely interesting that yeah, I've completely lost the ability to fly now, but that's fine. That was definitely a bit of a weird anomaly. What I did not do is grab any more rail. That would have been a smart thing to grab, but alright, whatever. We are here now. Okay, so we've got the top and bottom spine done here. Uh, let's drink the water breathing potion. Wait, what? No, I did drink the water breathing potion, but I somehow filled it with water. Oh, that's higher than, far further along than that needs to be. Did that. Okay. Jess says, fix my chat. What is broken about my chat? Let's go look. What is my chat doing? What is broken about my chat? Oh, let's. Nope, that's the wrong thing. There, let's move all of that. Okay, you'll have to let me know if that is better. Okay, water breathing is still active. Okay. So I made it up to here. Oh man, I still have so much further to... Well, actually, I don't know how much further I have to go. So there. That's my goal. A floating island, and I'm building a tunnel under the sea. That's basically going to go underneath it, and then I'm basically going to build a spiral that goes up to that. So that's my goal. Okay. It's definitely going to take a long time to build this, but as long as I enjoy the building of it, it's worth it, right? That's how this works. Let's see. Is this where the very least, now when my water breathing wears off, I have a pocket of air I can breathe up above all of this. This is where I should really get some sand, because it's going to make all of this a lot easier. Even if it's a pain in the ass to dig out because I keep popping up and down and with no like rhyme or reason. Like I wish you had to press a button to enter that sort of like swim mode. Things would just be better if that was the case. Because you can, if you hit the sprint button, yeah, I think it will toss you into it, but it does it even if I don't sprint. And that is the bit that I find frustrating. But, okay. There, my glass tunnel is slowly coming along. Okay, so I did that, but I feel like this is not going to go to down here. This is going to keep going glass. Because glass, I'm putting glass anywhere where you can see um, basically up, like anywhere where the top of the tunnel would be visible on the ocean floor. I'm putting glass. Okay, and here is where the tunnel kind of comes to its end for now. What is that sound over there? Not sure if I want to know. That's not where I wanted that to go. Let's, I made a mistake. My I'll just swim up to the surface. That'll be closer. It is not. It is not remotely closer. I'll throw away the kelp because I can have as much kelp as I want at any time. This is not a thing I need to go mining. Or gathering, I guess. Okay. I should definitely come here with more water breathing potions. I run out of them very quickly every single time because I only bring them the one basically. Well, at the very least, the Zook Touch pickaxe does mean I can pick up glass without just wasting it when I put it in the wrong place. It's out in the distance, you can see my target. You can see the shadow of the continent above. I'd have it in a moment like, wait a minute, still have a potion of water breathing. No, I don't. That is a glass bottle, or filled with water. Glass bottle filled with water, and that is all. Not actually useful to me at the moment. Okay. There's definitely something out over there. I just don't get the feeling that I want to meet it. It definitely sounds quite ominous. Okay. And once I've run out of glass blocks here, I'm going to try to make use of all the uh, I'll try to make use of all the other blocks I have, and then go back to my base and resupply from there. Okay, let's... Yeah, that was exactly what I wanted. Phenomenal work from me. So good. Well done. Should just do that more often. Alrighty, and let's go up because everything that just popped out of there is going to have gone up to the surface. And at the very least, want any of the blocks that are worth something. Well, the sand's not really worth a lot, but I do need things to turn into glass, so I will take it. Okay, so I've got these bricks, but I also can turn these into bricks, which is why I'm using the silk touch, is because it leaves the block unchanged. I can just immediately convert it to bricks, which I can't do when it goes cobblestone. With cobblestone, I have to actually refine it back in to make use of it. Alright. Let's start working on widening of the tunnel over here. We'll start. Oh, hello, zombie. Something I do have a night vision item, so that means that I keep forgetting to actually put torches anywhere. And torches would be great because torches mean monsters can't spawn. Yeah, and we'll just start right here. I don't want to go too far back to start this whole widening project. So I should remember to swap over to the other pickaxe when doing that, but no, that one's not supposed to go that way. This way. Actually, let's just use the other pickaxe for here for a moment anyway. Diggy diggy hole. Let's just keep chugging along until I've got an area dug out, and then I'll come back and fill it. Come on, stop bouncing like an idiot and just dig the damn hole. Oh, that's definitely gonna bring water down here. I do hate how gravel drops. Gonna have to fill that all. And deal with all of that as well, because of course. Oh, there. kind of glad water can't push carts around because that would make that inconvenient, but also actually a little surprised they can't, especially since it seems to trigger the sound of it. So it would make sense. That's just a nice big block of pure raw copper. Definitely not going to complain. Okay. Okay, and we keep going down. Unfortunately, with digging tunnels, this is probably going to be very continuously damp until I'm actually working my way up to that flying island. I'm probably just got to deal with the water a lot. Oh, come on. There. Okay, I'm back to the grind. Okay, let's go back up and start mining out that sidewall. Oh, there's a lot of work left to be done. However, I am getting tired. So I'm definitely not going to do more than this this one run. I definitely feel like I've got a lot more bricks left than I care to go through, but we'll see how far I go. Okay, and let's get blocks moving in here. May have to go drop off some blocks at my carts because they seem to just be over capacity. Good evening, Wandering Mists. I hope you're having a good day. Wait, I don't want bricks here. If I was on the top, hmm. Yeah, this is all gonna get broken down. I don't want this here. I want this to be glass. Oh, air. I do need air. Okay, so at this point, what I want here is just the base layer, the ground. Actually, yeah, I think it might be time to head back to camp, but I'll try to make progress on this as I head in that direction. Okay, let's make some more bricks. Since I do have, it is indeed the third J. I have to prove I exist sometimes. I am hoping to actually like get a regular game set up for the weekend and actually be streaming a lot more frequently, but I have just got too many things going on, too many things I've volunteered for, and I keep getting very preoccupied with all of that. So it's certainly been an interesting challenge trying to actually get enough time to game properly. That didn't mean to come out. So, Helen, are you recruiting for your stream during my stream? That seems highly rude. So, how would you dare do such a thing? Ugh. So, I might hop in and view the stream for a bit tomorrow. We'll see what time I actually get up. Be very happy with it if I just like sleep through it because sleep sounds really good right about now. But realistically, I should probably be able to manage it. Just gonna throw the raw meat. That's just taking up space I don't need it to take up. That was not where that was supposed to go. Alright, let's mine that. Except for the fact that that's going to do exactly what that's supposed to do. And that's a pain. Alright, well, whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. Where did... Why is that open? Okay. I'm sure it's fine. There. That's the downside of that. It sweeps all my blocks downstream there. Something just like digging the tunnel is one thing. Actually cleaning it up and having it look good is a completely another thing. Okay, let's hop back down here and get this all filled in. Well, you know, I really don't need the dirt, so the dirt's getting dropped. Hello, creepy sounds. It's gotta be like one of those underwater temples nearby. Okay. Finally broke my shovel. Luckily, I brought a spare shovel because That was very, very inevitable. I'm still using iron shovels for the most part, but I am also at a point where um, my iron shovels come enchanted and are a lot more useful and functional than just base level iron shovels are. Really should set up torches so that I don't have monsters spawning in my tunnel. Uh, that's that's rude. There's a creeper just hanging out here. Not exploding though. Alright. Not sure what that was about at all, but who am I to complain? There. I'll never say I've been actually making some real progress. Okay, well, let's get the cart sent off, get home, and log off for the night. Not sure what it was that allowed me to fly earlier, but man, it would be handy to be able to just fly. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna log off for the night. I hope you guys all have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.